Hey there everybody, and welcome to the channel. I'm your host, Puborama, and in today's video we'll be talking all about passive income. I personally love passive ways of making money, because while I'm doing the Cayo Perico heist setups, or I'm grinding my special cargo when there's a double money week, in the background I also have my passive businesses so I can make some extra cash. And I think that they're a great way of making some decent money. In today's video, I'll be going over the most effective way to use your passive businesses in the background. So let's get straight into it. Starting off, we have these special cargo warehouses. Walking into each warehouse you own, you will have one of Lupe's assistants, and all you need to do is pay them $7,500, and they will go source you crates. On average, they get about 1 to 2 crates, but they can source up to 3 if you get pretty lucky. Not only that, but they can also source special crates, is what I like to call them, which can be worth up to $100,000 or $200,000. That is incredibly good. You can see I'm using my Oppressor Mark II. You can basically use any fast vehicle, though, to source these crates. It only takes me about 2 to 3 minutes to go to all 5 of my large warehouses, walk into them, and pay my associates. I mean, we're already at warehouse 2. What's that been? 30 seconds so far? It is very, very quick and easy. Now, there's a couple reasons why special cargo is actually the best passive business. First of all, it pays a lot. It's $144,000 an hour on average if you have large warehouses. That's a pretty hefty chunk of money. Pair that into the fact that the cooldown to getting the crates is not affected by what you're doing. You could literally close your GTA after buying these crates, and you will still get them 48 minutes later. And that is indeed the cooldown. It is a 48-minute timer once you buy these crates, which is a GTA in-game day. And once that timer hits 0, you will get crates. So when you load up your GTA, it'll say your associates have sourced X and Y amount of crates. So essentially, I think special cargo is actually the best business for passive income. It's great money, as I said, $144,000 an hour, and it's incredibly easy to do. We are already on our 4th warehouse, and it's been 1 minute and 40 seconds into this recording. So it's very, very easy to fill them up. Now that you're done sourcing your special cargo, go to your interaction menu and scroll to the spawn location section. Scroll until you find the hangar, if of course you own one. So as you can see, I have the Fort Zancudo hangar. Then I'm going to go to online, find a new session, and invite only. This is going to spawn me directly inside of my hangar. And as we can see, it only takes about 15 to 20 seconds to actually spawn into a new session. It's a lot faster to obviously load into an invite-only lobby than it is to load into a public session. So this is why I would highly recommend to just go into an invite-only. After doing this, you're going to run down the stairs all the way to the bottom of your warehouse over to Rooster. You'll see him sitting all the way in the corner here. And once you run over the Rooster, you're just going to pay him the $25,000 to go source you crates. If you don't plan on ever sourcing air freight cargo yourself, it is much more effective to just spawn in the warehouse really quick, pay Rooster, and leave, because at least you'll still be making some profit. Rooster has a 75% chance to bring you 1 crate, and he has a 25% chance to bring you 2. So you'll still make money, especially if you sell in a public lobby. You'll make about double the money you put in, which is still a pretty decent profit to be nonetheless. Doing some simple math, we can figure out how much you'll profit from 50 crates in air freight cargo. To be honest, it's not an insane amount, but it's still around $550,000. We can come to this conclusion by each crate is worth $30,000, and Rooster's charging you $25,000 to go source the crates. So you're making $5,000 in profit for every single crate he sources. Now, as we said, on average, there's a 25% chance that you will be able to get 2 crates. So if we do 75% of 50 crates, it's about 38. So 38 of the crates you're making a $5,000 profit on, which evens out to be about $190,000. The other 12 crates you're going to be making a lot more of a profit on, about $30,000, which means in total you're going to be making about $550,000 of profit with 50 crates in special cargo. If you do that at a public lobby, it's about $1 million. So not too bad. It's nothing insane, but you are still making profit, so at the end of the day, I really can't complain. Next, we arrive to the arcade. You'll notice there's a bunch of different arcade machines we can buy, ranging from $600,000 to $300,000. They're not cheap, And a lot of players think that you have to buy all of these machines to make a passive income with the arcade. However, that is actually not the case. You can literally just throw Monkey's Paradise, which is the cheapest arcade machine. I think it's like $50,000 or $60,000, and you can fill your entire arcade with this machine. You can see, for example, I have done that. The entire arcade is one single machine. This will count as me filling my entire popularity forever. So I will make $5,000 every 48 minutes with my arcade for life. Now, that doesn't sound like a lot of money, but you do got to realize that if you end up playing GTA for, I don't know, a year after setting up your arcade, that is literally just free money. In fact, if we take a seat after grabbing that $100,000 and take a look at my income just from the arcade, we can see it is $1.1 million. And that is just from grabbing money out of my safe. That's a lot. I mean, that's almost enough to pay for the arcade. So that's actually a pretty decent chunk of money, especially because I barely even remember to collect my income. Now, the other great thing about the arcade is that you have a terminal command center down here, which allows you to access all of your other passive businesses. Speaking of passive businesses, let's break into the simple ones. We have the bunker. We do have the motorcycle club businesses as well, but I would never, ever recommend to use the motorcycle club businesses. They are an absolute waste of time. So the bunker's great for a couple reasons. First of all, it's very easy to work with. You just press resupply and boom, just like that, we now have our products going over to the business. I don't really need to do all too much else. And selling stock is easy as well. I can just sell over to Los Santos and it'll be as simple as that. Now, I always recommend to sell when your product is worth $210,000, which you can see I currently have. The reason is because when you do a sale mission worth $210,000, it will always be one single vehicle, making it much easier to complete, especially if you sell in a public lobby. But I would highly recommend to use the bunker. It's easy to make income with, and it has almost zero possibility of being raided. So I've made a lot of money with the bunker, $20 million. That's a crap ton. I'd highly recommend to use it as well. When it comes to the coke lockup, counterfeit cash, weed, meth, just don't do it. They're terrible ways of making money, and the chances of you getting raided and things like that are just terrible. You can see I've had my weed farm and counterfeit cash literally sitting at maxed product for like the past month, and I just haven't logged into a motorcycle club because I don't want to get raided, so I've just been doing gun running in the nightclub. Something similar to the motorcycle clubs, but actually worth your time and effort, is the Acid Lab. Making your way over to your phone contacts, you will find somebody called Mutt if you own the Acid Lab. And calling Mutt on the phone, you can order supplies. So we can see he's going to pick up, and I can just press buy supplies. Just like that, I now never ever have to actually enter the Acid Lab. Sale missions are incredibly easy, down to the fact that you'll literally never get raided inside of the vehicle, and you can even boost your production. You can see here, you just walk up to the table. This will double the amount of money that you can make with the Acid Lab for 1 hour. That's a lot, and you can do this once every day. So it's actually just a little bit of nice little tidbit to make extra money. Overall, the Acid Lab is one of the best businesses in the game. It's such an easy sale mission because it's a single vehicle, you can't be raided, and it's literally free money. So I would highly recommend to work with the Acid Lab. Next, we arrive to the agency, a truly underrated business when it comes to passive income. When you complete security contracts, not the Dr. Dre VIP mission, but the base security contracts, not only do you get a payment of $60,000 to $70,000 for completing them, but you also get a passive income. You can see I just collected 135 grand for my wall safe. It's very easy to get this income. Every 5 security contracts you complete, you will add $500 to that passive income every 48 minutes. This will continue to stack until you have $20,000 every 48 minutes. That's a lot of money. $20,000 forever. You never have to resupply anything. You never have to do anything. It is literally just passive income. You could leave your game AFK overnight, you come back in the next morning, and you'll have $250,000 sitting in your wall safe. Because of that, I can easily say that the agency is just an absolutely insane business for making passive income, and it's by far the easiest. And last but not least, we arrive at the Nightclub, which is probably the best of all passive businesses for a couple reasons. First of all, you have a wall safe. We can see mine is filled to the brim with, well, I guess it's actually not filled to the brim. Bruh, why can't I fill this more money, like up to like $1 million or $2 million? Look at how little cash is in there. But either way, I just collected $250,000. You will make $62,500 an hour with the Nightclub as long as you keep that popularity bar to the max, which is incredibly easy to do. I'm pretty sure you guys already know how to do so with either swapping in and out DJs or going into passive mode and having Marcel kick somebody out over and over and over. The other way to make a lot of money with the Nightclub is also very, very easy, which is selling your product that accrues over time. You can see I've made $34 million with my Nightclub. I've made $13 million just from popularity earnings, and I've made another $21 million from just selling goods. Now, something that a lot of people make big mistakes on is swapping in and out warehouse technicians. For example, I currently have $1.5 million worth of goods, and that is simply by having my 5 technicians sourcing the goods for me. When they have maxed out sourcing goods, don't swap them to organic produce and printing and copying. Just sell, because if you swap them, the other 3 guys aren't doing anything. It's wasting time and money. Just sell it when it's at around 1.5 mil and wait for them to start sourcing again. It's going to be the most efficient way of making money. But yeah, the Nightclub is insane. You've got 2 passive ways of making money. Adding them together is about $130,000 an hour, so it's right up there next to special cargo. Overall, this video was meant to really just point out all the different ways that you can make income, and these are the businesses I would recommend to participate in if you want that passive way of making money. Now that we've gone over all the passive businesses that I would recommend to use, and I personally use myself, let's add up all the hourly income they make to get the grand total of profit that you will achieve. So first of all, we have special cargo. This is $144,000 an hour. Okay, we have air freight cargo, which is $14,000 an hour. Quite a bit less, but still, it's 14 grand for basically doing nothing. We have the Nightclub, which is $130,000 an hour with both incomes added together. We have the bunker, which is $90,000 an hour. And then we have the acid lab, which is around $70,000 an hour, especially if you add in that double income you can get daily. We have the arcade, $5,000 an hour. And finishing off, we have the agency, which is $20,000 an hour. Adding all this together, we have around $473,000 of profit. That's a lot every hour. So that means if you chill with a couple friends on a weekend and you play GTA for 4 hours, you're going to be able to make upwards of, what, $2 million? I mean, that's pretty insane. That's without even adding in the high demand bonus for selling in public lobbies or anything else. While passive income is nothing insane, and you can easily do the agency VIP missions with Dr. Dre and the Cayo Perico heist and make more, you can still easily make upwards of $1 million just by having these run in the background. So I would highly recommend to still use passive businesses. They're a great way of making money and they'll help you out. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. A lot of you aren't subscribed, so if you'd like to hit that subscribe button down below, please consider to do so. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.